How's it going, guys? Me, the Double Taku, here today talking about episode 5 of Rewrites after that interesting cliffhanger for episode 4 and this interesting stuff that also happened in episode 4. We are introduced to Lucia's route, or the tale of Asahi Haruko, I believe that's the name, I forgot, but you know. Yes, so Lucia's route. A lot of people had mixed feelings about this, and so did I, because I was just like so utterly confused on how we were learning a lot about Shizuku, sort of like following her route and whatnot, right? But then now, like, we're in Lucia's route, and as someone who has played Lucia's route, the first route to play in the visual novel, Lucia's route does somehow stray off from all the shit that happens in Rewrite's visual novel and other stuff, right? Like, it's so different from the rest that it's like its own thing. Like, it really is. And to do this route, and like, for one, I enjoyed this episode because it just brought back so many memories of Lucia's route, because this is the first one I played. It's the one that I least remember back in the past. But, you know, looking at that, I was like, oh man, this route was pretty good, and I liked it and whatnot. So yes, it just starts off right in the bat with Lucia in the beginning as a kid with the sunflowers, and then learning about him, and then somehow Kotaro just comes up to the student council club, like, oh, I found this one mystery called the tale of Asahi Haruhiko or something like that, Haruko. And yeah, that's how it starts. It's like, wait, are you serious? This is it? This is how it starts? It's like, we're just straight off the bat with Lucia's route. So okay, I was like, okay, fine then. So it progresses as going on and whatnot. Shit happens, Lucia's in on it, and yeah, we pretty much go through Lucia. This whole episode was dedicated to Lucia, interestingly enough, but you know, Lucia was pretty good in the freaking visual novel, and like, being the first route I played, it was a pretty cool experience to have. But yeah, how the only thing that I could see different with this route, or how they portrayed this whole thing in the anime, is that it goes through with Kotaro, of course, finding out that Lucia is Asahi, and of course how in the end he wrote himself to withstand her poison, so that's that. The way that I'm seeing this so far is that Kotaro has gotten himself so involved with Guardian and not with Gaia, and of course we all know who those people are now after this episode. But yes, he's like, you know, he's with Shizuru and Lucia, and you know, those two are closely together, so he's probably, you know, going to be thing. At first, I thought that after the thing that episode 5 happened, where Chihaya and Lucia fight, I thought they were gonna go do the thing that makes them make up in the visual novel. I'm not gonna say anything that happens, but you know, that's what I thought was gonna happen. And instead, we get this whole, like, literally Lucia's route, and this is like midway in Lucia's route. I don't exactly remember where this is in the VN, or in the beginning maybe, actually. Yeah, but you know, at this point, you know, Kotaro discovers Lucia's secret, and he also knows Shizuru's secret. And at this time, he becomes really close to both those two, and everyone else in the series. You know, they're all free for game or whatever. Like, you know, they're all whatever till later. And you know, I don't know, because at the end, of course, you see they tell Kotaro about Gaia and the key and Guardian and whatnot, and then other interesting shit happens in the end. If you guys stay to the end credits, yes, for one, Kotaro's like making Lucia make him a lunchbox, and then he has to be in the maid costumes. You know, this is really Lucia's route, and I do remember those events, haha. But yeah, in the end of the episode, if you guys stay to the credits and this awesome visual thing with Lucia standing in the sunflower place, we see Lucia and Shizuru gear up for battle and then head off into like some kind of like forsaken city, like they're gonna fight some shit, right? And I'm just like, what is this? So yeah, okay, so I mean, that is about it for distinguishable things in this episode. For one, that's really it. You know, they basically go through Lucia's route. Kotaro is getting along really well with Shizuru and Lucia. I didn't do a little skit thing in the beginning with the whole chart and whatnot, because it's pretty obvious where it's going with. But yeah, the ending sort of intrigues me, for one, because I don't recall, or I don't know if I recall it from the visual novel, but this, I think that's like a signal sort of thing where shit's gonna go down in the next episode, because it has both Lucia gearing up with her sword, and then you have freaking Shizuru in her freaking like freaking Uzi or whatever the kind of gun that was, and they're like gonna fight something. That ticks me off a lot because I don't know what that is, and we didn't get like no next episode trailer or whatever, right? That's kind of making me think a lot about what's gonna happen next. And I don't know, this visual novel is so awkward. So I don't know, guys. You guys are like debating. It's like, you know, this is really weird how they're doing Lucia and like Shizu's route and all that stuff. It's supposed to be like Hagi's route or something like that. It's really weird, but I'm liking it so far. You know, it's fine. You know, they're like, it's a change from what I've seen in the visual novel, except it pulls stuff from the visual novel that I like, so it's fine. It's just like, you know, I have to see this somehow be executed really well, right? You know, they're pulling like the parts of the routes from all the girls into one single route that has some kind of goal in the end, right? So I want to see how they're gonna execute this plan that they're going with in this anime, because I have no clue where the frick is going on right now, and I'm enjoying it but also kind of worried. Is it 50-50? Yeah, it's sort of 50-50. So that's all I could say for episode 5, to be honest. But you know, Lucia's route, it was pretty good. I remember those days, the first route I ever played in the game. Oh man. And you know, like in the end when she was crying, like I was pretty emotional in the church scene when Kotaro rewrites himself just to hold Lucia and whatnot. That was pretty good. I remember that scene pretty good, and that was pretty emotional. So anyways, guys, what do you guys think about Lucia's route? I know that some of you guys did like Lucia's route a lot, and considering how it does, it's pretty different from all the other girls in the game. You know, it's pretty different, but I really did enjoy it. What do you guys think is gonna happen in the series? What do you make of that thing in the end of the episode where Shizuru and Lucia are like gearing up for combat and whatnot? I have some bad feelings in my head about what's gonna happen next episode, but we'll have to see what happens at that time. So anyways, guys, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Like the video if you like Lucia's route, because I'll say it was once again pretty emotional in the church scene. And subscribe because next week we will be covering episode 6, and we'll see what kind of shit goes wrong in the next episode, because Lucia and Chizuru, they're gonna fight something. They got to, unless that whole scene was just for nothing, or like some kind of teaser. I don't know what the heck that scene was. What do you guys make of that scene, for one? And yes, I'll see you guys on the next video on the Don't Otaku Anime channel. So take care, guys, and matane.